Good morning. I'd like to call this, oh. Good morning. I'd like to call, sorry, we're getting double voices. Take three. Good morning. Nope. I get to do this a lot today. Good morning. I'd like to call this meeting of the House Children Youth Committee to order. Just a reminder that this meeting is being broadcasted and recorded. Please make sure your cell phones are silent and make sure your microphone is on when you are speaking. Today we'll be voting on the following bills. House Bill 1558, sponsored by Representative Conklin. House Bill 1663, sponsored by Representative Hambidge. And House Resolution 337, sponsored by Representative Smith Wade L. Today, we will vote on two bills that impact young children. To get started, I would like to ask Brooke to please take roll.
Chair McNeil,
Here.
Representatives Bellman,
Designation.
Boyd, Serrato,
Here.
Curry,
Here.
Fleming, Genst,
Here.
Hambidge,
Here.
Howard,
Designation online.
Kazim,
Designation.
Krajewski,
Designation.
McAndrew,
Designation.
Nelson, Parker,
Designation.
Chair Klunk,
Here.
Representatives Barger, Day,
Designation.
Flick, Hogan,
Designation.
Kozak,
Designation.
McKenzie, Mihalik,
Designation.
Pugh,
Designation.
Schlegel,
Designation.
Walsh,
Designation.
Zimmerman.
Designation.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. The chair calls up House Bill 1558, printer's number 1842. Danielle, please give a summary of the bill.
Good morning. House Bill 1558, sponsored by Representative Conklin, establishes a freestanding act known as the Baby Diaper Changing Station Accessibility Act. The following third-party interest group is neutral on this legislation: the Pennsylvania Council of Children, Youth, and Family Services. The following third-party interest groups are opposed to this legislation: the Pennsylvania State Association of Boroughs and the Pennsylvania Restaurant and Lodging Association.
Thank you, Danielle. The question is, will the committee report the bill? I will be offering Amendment A02001. Danielle, can you please provide a summary of the amendment?
Amendment A02001, sponsored by Representative McNeil, makes the following changes. Section 2, entitled Definitions, is amended by adding a definition for the terms school entity and secretary. Section 4, entitled Exceptions, is amended by adding subsection B5 that reads, a restroom located on the property of a school entity. Section 5, entitled Penalties, is amended by adding a title to subsection A, Enforcement. Section 5, entitled Penalties, is amended by adding language to the following subsections 5.1, 5.2, and 5.3 to read an administrative fine. Section 6, entitled Investigations, has been added. Section 7, entitled Regulations, has been added. Section 6, entitled Effective Date, is amended by changing the 6 to an 8. Section 6, entitled Effective Date, is amended by adding the following language. 1. Section 7 shall take effect in 60 days. 2. This section shall take effect immediately. And 3. The remainder of this act shall take effect upon the publication of the final form regulations promulgated under Section 7.
Thank you, Danielle. Chair Klunk?
Thank you, Chair McNeil. I appreciate the effort to try and clarify this bill with this amendment, but I do believe it still leaves problems and will potentially lead to confusion for our local businesses. So I will be opposing the amendment. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to note that Representative Howard is here. Those who are in favor of the amendment will vote aye. Those opposed, no. Brooke, please call the roll.
Chair McNeil,
Yes.
Representatives Bellman,
Designation, yes.
Boyd, Serrato,
Yes.
Curry, Fleming, Genst, Hainbidge,
Yes.
Howard, Kazim,
Designation, yes.
Krajewski,
Designation, yes.
McAndrew,
Designation, yes.
Nelson, Parker,
Designation, yes.
Chair Clunk,
No.
Representatives Barger, Day,
Designation no.
Flick, Hogan,
Yes.
Kozak,
Designation no.
McKenzie, Mihalik,
Designation no.
Pugh,
Designation no.
Schlegel,
Designation no.
Walsh,
Designation no.
Zimmerman.
Designation no.
On the amendment, the ayes are 15 and the nays are 11. The amendment is agreed to. The question recurs, will the committee report the bill as amended? Chair Clunk.
Thank you, Chair McNeil. As a mother, I've changed a lot of diapers in my time between my two daughters and even including my nieces and my nephews, and I understand the importance of this. But I also understand that we have a number of businesses and entities in this Commonwealth that will be impacted by this particular legislation. While I do believe that this is admirable, we have heard from a number of organizations that have concerns about the cost, the implications, the regulatory compliance of this. We've heard concerns from the Pennsylvania Restaurant and Lodging Association, the PA Food Merchants Association, the State Association of Boroughs, the National Federation of Independent Businesses. In talking with a number of my local businesses, they believe that this should be a business decision. I look at a coffee shop in my local district. They heard from moms who go there for story time. And they installed in all three of their shops now a diaper changing station. They also include diapers and wipes in case you happen to need one. But at the end of the day, this particular bill, I think, still has some confusion in it. It will have some impacts to our businesses. I truly believe our businesses know their customers best, and we'll put these in. We see it just in my local community alone, where businesses are responding to their customers, and will do that if they feel that there is a need there to service those particular families. So with that, I will be against this bill. Again, appreciate the maker's intentions here, but I will be a no. Thank you.
Thank you. Those in favor of reporting the bill as amended will vote aye. Those opposed, no. Brooke, please call the roll.
Chair McNeil,
Yes.
Representatives Bellman,
Designation, yes.
Boyd, Serrato,
Yes.
Curry, Fleming, Genst, Hainbidge,
Yes.
Howard,
Yes.
Kazim,
Designation, yes.
Krajewski,
Designation, yes.
McAndrew,
Designation, yes.
Nelson, Parker,
Designation, yes.
Chair Clunk,
No.
Representatives Barger, Day,
Designation no.
Flick, Hogan,
Designation yes.
Kozak,
Designation no.
McKenzie, Mihalik,
Designation no.
Pugh,
Designation no.
Schlegel,
Designation no.
Walsh,
Designation no.
Zimmerman.
Designation no.
On the question, the ayes are 15 and the nays are 11. The bill will be reported as amended. The chair calls up House Bill 1663, printers number 2031. Danielle, please provide a summary of the bill.
House Bill 1663, sponsored by Representative Hainbidge, amends Act 14 of 1949, or the Public School Code, by adding a new article establishing the statewide Imagination Library Program. The following third-party interest group is opposed to this legislation: the Pennsylvania Department of Education.
Thank you, Danielle. The question is, will the committee report the bill? Representative Khan is present to provide brief remarks.
Thank you. Thank you, chairs, and thank you to members of the committee. This is an exciting bill. You know, this is a bill that was written by my co-prime sponsor, Rep. Hanbidge, and it is inspired by the fact that, you know, in Pennsylvania, 1/3 of children, just 1/3, are proficient in reading. And this bill is inspired by Dolly Parton. I heard some folks are fans of Dolly Parton. And that every month a child from birth to age 5 will be mailed a book. And this is going to help children all across the Commonwealth, regardless of economic status, be able to have libraries. And why this is important is because when you get kids reading early, it stimulates their intellectual curiosity. It gets them ready for school. It builds their vocabulary. And unfortunately, when children are not reading at proficiency, they're more likely to drop out, especially by 4th grade. If they're not ready, that's when they start having issues with remediation. And actually, we see lost economic productivity when they get older. So for a very minimal investment, $13 a child, we can make sure that every child can get a book from birth to age 5. And this is a public-private partnership, so the private sector will come in and foot the rest of the bill. So I think it's a wise investment. It's going to help us get to prosperity for our kids, and I urge a yes vote. Thank you.
Thank you to my co-prime sponsor, Rep. Khan. Just to add to that, I think that it's really important that we realize that 90% of children's brains are developed by the time they get to school. We have a number of children across the Commonwealth who come to school not able to identify letters, right? It's not the difference between whether you're flipping a B or a D or a P or a Q. It's children that literally don't know what a letter looks like from a squiggle. They come in behind. This program has been proved time and again with independent research studies to improve literacy and improve outcomes through 3rd grade. This allows children to have ownership of books, expand their knowledge, and expand their power throughout their lives economically and socially. And it's one of the few investments that we can make early with children to ensure their success long term. So I really hope that my colleagues will support this bill. It's working in red states, it's working in blue states, and we should really get on board so that we can invest in every child in Pennsylvania.
Thank you, Rep. Hanbidge. The question recurs, will the committee report the bill? Representative Barger.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Nothing would motivate me to abandon my curmudgeon-y, stick-in-the-mud attitude towards most legislation faster than Dolly Parton would. Absolutely. She is maybe the only celebrity I've ever met where I got kind of fanboy about it. Anyway, my concerns are this with this bill. First of all, why is the Department of Education against it? To me, in my simplistic view of this kind of stuff, it is either because the program doesn't help kids learn how to read, and how could that be true? After all, Dolly Parton's involved. Or the Department of Education doesn't care about helping kids read. So that's a question mark to me. Like, why would you be against this? I don't know. But I'll tell you why I am against it. It's because so far 3 other states just this year have chosen to defund this program, or at least they're advocating to defund this program because the costs have exploded. Those states being Washington, Indiana, and the state of Nevada. So I have concerns about, as much as I love reading, one of the best parenting decisions I ever made was I told my kids they could stay up as late as they wanted as long as they were reading books. So I mean, I'm all in on the idea, but my concern is adding a program that may have a growing cost, a fund that will be growing and growing and growing when we don't have a budget yet that we can agree to that's responsible and timely and spends within our means. So adding a program at this point, as much as I want to, and I mean I really want to, because Dolly Parton, I just don't think it's responsible at this point when we see other states already starting to kind of opt out, or at least debating whether or not they should opt out because of the expanding costs. So for that reason, Madam Chair, I'll be a no.
Thank you, Chair Klunk.
Thank you, Chair McNeil, and thank you to the makers for bringing this bill forward. I truly appreciate what you were trying to do here. Again, mom of 2 little girls, with our daughter Grace, we did the Imagination Library and received those books for her. But we also went to our public library, and we still do today. We also pick up books at local little, community libraries as you're going for your walk down in your neighborhood, and have picked up books and, always swapped one back out. And I go back to a hearing that was held by the House Education Committee back in April of 2024, where they testified about a whole host of areas where we impact families and children in early literacy. And in that testimony from PDE, I think, we have a lot of different programs that we are funding that are working, some maybe that need tweaking. But I go back to, we are still waiting on a budget here in Pennsylvania. I don't know how this would be funded if there is no appropriation. I also don't know how PD, based on the legislation, may determine undue financial hardship for a particular local organization, partner organization. The fiscal impacts of this bill, based on, it could be anywhere, depending on how many children in this Commonwealth opt into the program, it could be anywhere between $5 to $6 million. And with those costs growing, we're seeing, as my good friend said, those costs are increasing because of the cost of postage, the cost of paper to, produce books, all of those administrative costs, they add up. So, PD, I think, outlined some other ways that we can address early literacy. I also think, you can ship all these books that you want, but you don't have parents that can read them. We've got a big problem there. And I think that there are programs, the family literacy programs that PDE mentioned in their testimony, I think are some ways that we can really make sure that the parents have the tools that they have necessary to be able to read to their children, to give them that fresh start at reading that we all know kids need. And I also look at our local community libraries. We have an amazing library that we walk to quite frequently in our family. We go there for story times. And I think our own community libraries right now are also struggling for funds. But you can walk in there any day, get a free library card, and check out any book that you really want. And if they don't have it, it's in the system, and you can get it through interlibrary loan for your child. So, for now, I appreciate what you're trying to do. I really, truly do. But because of some of those reasons, I will be voting no. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Klunk. My children live in Florida, and I've been mailing them books. And their excitement when they get the books is unfounded. Many children don't have a grandmother or even a parent that can buy them a book or can even take them to a library for a book. They may get access to books just during the school year. The toddlers do not. So I will be a yes on this. Brooke, take the roll.
Chair McNeil,
Yes.
Representatives Bellman,
Designation yes.
Boyd, Serrato, Curry, Fleming, Genst, Hainbidge,
Yes.
Howard,
Yes.
Kazim,
Designation yes.
Krajewski,
Designation yes.
McAndrew,
Designation yes.
Nelson, Parker,
Designation yes.
Chair Klunk,
No.
Representatives Barger, Day,
Designation no.
Flick, Hogan,
Designation yes.
Kozak,
Designation no.
McKenzie, Mihalik,
Designation no.
Pugh,
Designation no.
Schlegel,
Designation no.
Walsh,
Designation no.
Zimmerman.
Designation no.
On the question, the ayes are 16 and the nays are 10. The bill will be reported as committed. The chair calls up House Resolution 337, printer's number 2430. Danielle, please provide a summary of the bill.
House Resolution 330 37, sponsored by Representative Smith Wade L., recognizes the week of November 17th through the 21st, 2025, as Pennsylvania Education for Students Experiencing Homelessness Awareness Week, and November 21st, 2025, as Red Shirt Day in Pennsylvania. The following third-party interest group supports this resolution: the Pennsylvania Council of Children, Youth, and Family Services. There is no known opposition.
Thank you, Danielle. The question is, will the committee report the resolution? Representative Smith Waddell and Representative Curry are here to speak on it.
Thank you, Chairwomen. Oh, that's nice to say. Thank you. I'll try to be brief before the committee. First, I want to thank Representative Curry, who's been doing this work for a number of years. Really happy to be in partnership with her. The short version is this. A decade ago, the Pennsylvania Department of Education counted 19,000 homeless students across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. In their most recent report, they counted 50,000. We can, I think, as reasonable people, disagree on what the causes of that are. We can disagree about how it is that we should address that in our school districts and in our counties. But I think the one thing that we can all agree on is that children should have a warm place to sleep at night, especially if we're going to ask them to get up and then, take the Keystones. So we want to, continue this long tradition of raising awareness in the Capitol through Students Experiencing Homelessness Week and Red Shirt Day, and we look forward to a day where we will no longer have to bring up this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairwomen. I just also want to say, when we think about student homelessness, it's not always thinking about a child sleeping in a car on the street. It's also something called couch surfing, which is very real, where children don't have their own space and they are being moved from place to place to place. And we know that this causes tremendous amount of issues for children. And so we're happy to bring this resolution forward. And I just want to make everyone aware we are going to be having a rally on, I think it's the 18th, but Red Shirt Day is actually the 22nd this year, or the 21st, which is Friday. We're not going to be here on that Friday, but we would ask that everybody wear red on the 18th when the group is here to really bring attention to this issue. Thank you for the committee's consideration on this resolution.
Thank you. On that Chair Klunk, are you speaking? No? Okay. Representative Barger.
Sorry about that. Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. I, in recent weeks, have been on principle against all resolutions just because I am very frustrated with the lack of movement on a budget, as are all of the human services organizations in my district that don't have funds to open their pre-K programs right now. So I just can't, in good faith, with a clean conscience, go about the business of as usual in Harrisburg when these folks are losing their jobs and our schools are experiencing hardship. So not that this issue connects with me, and I'm glad that you are going to organize the Red Shirt Day. I'm glad for it, but I'm going to be a no because I think the budget is more important right now. So thank you. I don't look good in red, but for you, I'll wear red.
Those in favor of reporting the resolution will vote aye. Those opposed, no. Brooke, please take the roll.
Chair McNeil,
Yes.
Representatives Bellman,
Designation yes.
Boyd,
Designation yes.
Serrato,
Yes.
Curry, Fleming, Genst, Hainbidge,
Yes.
Howard,
Yes.
Kazim,
Designation yes.
Krajewski,
Designation yes.
McAndrew,
Designation yes.
Nelson,
Designation yes.
Parker,
Designation, yes.
Chair Klunk,
Yes.
Representatives Barger, Day,
Designation, yes.
Flick, Hogan,
Designation, yes.
Kozak,
Designation, yes.
McKenzie, Mahalik,
Designation, yes.
Pugh,
Designation, yes.
Schlegel,
Designation, yes.
Walsh,
Designation, yes.
Zimmerman.
Designation, yes.
On the question, the ayes are 25 and the nays are 1. The resolution will be reported as committed. With no further business, we're adjourned.